How are ye this morning, time pirates? It is time for the thing to happen. I didn't get to walk the puppy today, so I'm feeling a little off. So, but I am here. How are you doing, Alicia?
It's Friday.
It is Friday.
I
And
have been waiting for Friday for so long.
I'm not panicking about the cruise coming up at all. I didn't just like watch The Boys last night instead of doing 1,000 things that I need to do. No, I didn't
Oh,
do that at all. No idea what you're talking about. I still went to bed on time though, so there's that.
I went to bed on time and I started to play my game, but I never finished the level. So that's how tired I was.
I was so tired. I have 20 minutes left in the book, and I was like, nope.
Mm.
Like, I'll do it in the morning. So I still have to get that done. That will be the first thing I will be doing to get that book done. So, and let's see how chat is doing. Zwank joined us. Howdy, everybody. Happy Farm Animal Day. Happy World Safety Pin Day. Ooh, and happy Cinnamon Pastry Day. Well, that's perfect because the book I'm reading is Murder at Cinnamon Falls. Look at that. It's just completely. By the way, the book could never, through the entire thing, decided whether it was a murder mystery or a romance. Not through the whole thing. It was some kind of amalgamation of both.
Mm. It's also Siblings Day, but it's fine.
Who needs that one? Where's my brother? Zwank says, Molly, I must say I'm number one today. Yay, you are number one. Ren, hello, everyone. Zwank says, hi, Ren. And Ren says, trying to finish Heir of Fire today. You got it. You've got it. Today is the day, Ren. Ren says, hey to Zwank. Zwank says, where are our mateys this morning? Yeah, sorry. I'm working on it. It is Friday.
They're slowly trickling on the boat.
That's right. That's right. Zwank says, okay, who brought the rum? Yeah. No rum. I did
I have
have
coffee.
leftover cheese pizza for breakfast, though, and I think it was a mistake.
Oh, no.
Ren says, rolling out of bed. Still, it seems everybody's late for work. Yep, we were totally late for work. Dock my pay. And Lindsay joined us. How was your husband's birthday yesterday? Did you have a good time? Lindsay says, hi, guys. We're getting a loan of a Rottweiler puppy for a week. I mean, a loan of the puppy is the best kind.
Mm-hmm.
While its owners are on holiday. So I'm needing to puppy proof my house. I think she's a year old. We'll try to eat everything. Well, it's not so bad when they're a year old. Like they do want to chew on things, but as long as you provide them things, now I don't know how this Rottweiler has been raised, but at a year old, usually they're very good about chewing on what you give them to chew on.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I'll cross my fingers that this puppy was raised well, and that's what you will have to do. You just have to constantly make sure that they have the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Chew on this. Oh, look, here's a new bone. Look, stuffed animal. Here you go. Tear this up, not my couch.
Yep.
Ren says, will Captain Morgan do the job? I mean, it is Rome. Swank says, arg. Ren says, hey, Lindsay, good luck puppy proofing. Dogs are as bad as toddlers sometimes when it comes to that stuff. I mean, I've had both, and I would say dogs are worse than toddlers. Swank says, hi, Lindsay and Ren. Jen says, good morning, Kelly and Alicia. I am working and sprinting for a Maker's Quest this morning. Oh, yay. Hopefully you can get some things done today, Kelly. Yeah, I mean, I was fine earlier during the day, but the last half of the day, I just couldn't seem to get my shit together. I did do 2 loads of dishes, though, because we still had dirty dishes from baking from last weekend. And so I was like, I need to double the loads, man. I'm never going to get these done. So kitchen's much cleaner now. Ren says, is the 7-year-old Lorelai now feeling aches in her knees, or is she still good for another year?
She hasn't said anything, so good for another year, I guess.
It's just one more year.
Yeah.
I love that. Lindsay said, just had my 4-year-old niece here, and there was a lot less baby proofing needed. Yeah, well, for a 4-year-old, for sure. Ren says, very true. 4-year-olds don't need pee pads either. I do not use pee pads for my dogs. They need to go outside. Ellie says, hey, everyone. I'm still reading Rainbow Valley by L.M. Montgomery. That's right. You're close. You're close, Allie. Dharma says, good morning. I'm editing a novella. That sounds awesome, Dharma. Get to it. Lindsay says, currently moving everything off all my floors and tables. Yes. Yeah, well, the Rottweilers have a trimmed tail, though, because the biggest thing about the tables and stuff is they'll knock them down. So you just got to watch that because the 1-year-old puppy is still clumsy. Both of the dogs we have very long weaponized tails. So we definitely have to be careful. I laugh at Cora because she'll turn too fast and like hit a wall. I was like, dude, that wall has always been there. Not that I can make fun of anyone for being clumsy, but you know, I do anyways.
Yeah.
And Zwank says hi to Allie and Dharma, and Ren says, hey, Allie, Dharma, and Jen. Excellent, excellent. So I think we should just start with our first sprint. We were late anyways. I think we should just get to it and make the magic happen. Ren says, I fear puppies will pee on everything while everyone sleeps. Oh, that's why we put our puppy in the kennel. We kennel train. So by kennel training them, the dogs, just like humans, just like, you know, most mammals, they don't like to dirty where they sleep. They like to keep that clean. So as long as you don't make them pee in it. What I mean by that is when they're very little, you've got to get up in the middle of the night, just like you do a baby, and let them out. But you know, they grow faster than children, right? So it's not long. But for the first couple months, you know, you have to get up and let them out. And that's first couple months of having them, right? So until they're like 4 months old, to 5 months old, you need to make sure to let them out so that their kennel stays clean. You also need to make sure the kennel fits the dog, because if they have a lot of room, they'll sleep in one end and pee in the other, right? So you got to also make it fit the dog. Like we just made Cora's kennel bigger because we had it just big enough that she could curl up in it, kind of. So she doesn't want to pee where she's sleeping. And then as they get older, they'll sleep through the night, but then also during the day, then you can't keep them in the kennel too long. So do you see what I mean? So as long as you properly kennel treat them, they are not going to pee in their kennel. So at night, that's what we do. We put Cora in the kennel. And that solves the peeing on things problem. And she still sometimes would pee in my bathroom, like when I'm here, right? So she still had problems, but she's much better now. The only thing is every now and again she'll still go on the front carpet because it still kind of smells like pee. Even if we clean it and can't smell it anymore, they can. So we need to tear that carpet up. And that's because we had a dog that was incontinent and she was too old and couldn't hold it anymore. So we need to get that carpet out. And I think when we do that, then she'll stop going in that front room too. And Allie says, hi, Zwank. And Lindsay says, she's crate trained, so we'll sleep in there. Perfect. That's exactly it. I'm telling you, man, it's the way to go. And it's not mean. Dogs feel safe in there. Like if I leave it open and she's scared, I always leave it open because if she's scared, she'll crawl in there because she feels safer. So we, as humans, we think cage, this is awful. But dogs think cave, I feel safe. Do you see what I mean? Just remember, dogs are not humans. Ren, also Jen's sprinting for Maker's Quest right now. Yes, Jen came in and told us. That's awesome. We'll have to go over there and say hello. And Swank says, morning to Jen. And thanks for putting the link in, Alicia. And we're going to start our first sprint so I can let the doggy in because she was asking me to be let in, and it'd be great if I let her in before she got muddy. So I'm going to see if I can make it. Now that I have no cure for.
And we're starting our first sprint early.
Oh, we're doing so good. See, we're gonna get this Friday knocked out. What was it? Wednesday we were forever late. So that was our Friday. So today we're gonna be on time. Here we go. And that was our first sprint, and I finished the book. So, Murder at Cinnamon Falls. It was actually pretty good. I'm gonna 4-star it, even though it's dealing with an identity crisis. It's not like we don't publish books that kind of cross genre barriers either. So, it worked. It worked. How'd you do, Alicia?
I ate breakfast and then I went and found all of my Tombow markers because I'm trying to do swatches so that I can see what's going to go with the themes for my A5. Because I'm going to start planning that and then page designing the pages before I put it in the book.
Very nice. Very nice. I think that sounds cool. Y'all are all making me want to do a book journal. Maybe I'll do it next year.
Well, I'm doing this to test to see if the things I put in the A5 are things that I could put when I do the new planner for next year. Because the current planner I'm having, I don't think it's working anymore. So I need to find something that is going to work. If I go from a weekly to just a monthly, maybe I could tie in whatever I use in this A5. Or I just start making my own A5s. I'm trying to decide.
I know A5 is the size, but it doesn't mean anything else to me.
Yes.
I only know it's a size because y'all have been talking about these things. Otherwise, I have no idea.
Where is mine, actually? If I can find it, I can show you.
I don't think I want a book journal, but like a life journal would be fun, I think. Like besides just the one I write in, like it might be fun to actually do one with colors and stuff. Okay.
This is my 8x8 square. And then this is the A5.
So A5 is almost normal journal size. What's the square called?
It's just an 8x8.
Oh, it doesn't have an
8 square, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's 8x8.
No, I get that. I mean, I used to do 12 by 12.
They just call it the square. But you can see, like, if I can match it up, you can see how much bigger this one is. But then this one is slightly taller.
Gotcha.
So,
I'd probably want the square one for mine because that's what I did when I scrapbooked. They were 12 by 12s. That's what we did for scrapbooking.
Yeah. I like this one for like all the different pages that I do. Mm-hmm. But I'm testing this one because I don't know if this is going to be a good size. If not, then I have a B5 which is bigger. And I would go that route. Because the planner that I have is a 7x9. So, but I don't use the weekly. So I'm wondering, could I go to a monthly? So I'm trying to see what I would use it for. And I'm like, well, there's no better time to test it than to do a July through December. So I have to start setting it up now so it's ready for July.
Makes sense to me.
Little by little. And I'm using up my journaling supplies, so Alan can't complain.
I mean, he can. He's allowed, but, you have proof that they're being used.
His biggest complaint is that I buy all of these things and then I don't use them. I just collect them. But I don't
you tell him all these books you're buying and not reading, you could read more if you didn't have to watch stupid shows like Sopranos at night.
I told him he was cutting into my reading time. He's like, what are you going to...
So I don't want to hear it. I'd be reading more. This is your fault.
I even told him, he's like, what are you going to do today? And I was like, I think I'm going to take it easy and read because I haven't really been able to read this week. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, Wednesday was the first time I read anything, and that was for book club.
Yeah, and it was Pride and Prejudice. No, I get some real reading time. That's right. Which is probably what I'll do next is Pride and I don't want to. I'm going to do a novel love story. I need to finish that before I leave. I don't have to finish Pride and Prejudice before I leave. So I'm going to do a novel love story next.
I have like a chapter that I need to finish in Pride and Prejudice. Do you think I want to read it right now? No. I will just to get it done after Springs.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All All right, let's see where we're at here. We have Lindsay. Lindsay is talking about the Rottweiler puppy. Did you tell us? Did you tell us her name? I don't remember. Said she's very clumsy and loves to jump up on stuff. She is toilet trained to go outside. Yay, good. She's going to be fine. Just give her things to chew on and she'll be fine. Rottweilers are so sweet too. And Allie says, hi, Zwink. And Lindsay says she's crate trained, so we'll sleep in there. Excellent. And Ren says also Jen sprinting. Oh, yeah, we got that part. I must have just missed the one about her being clumsy. And let's see. Molly joined us. Pirates. Good morning, Molly. How are you today? Jen says, I'm going to listen to the Wedding People while I work and craft today. That sounds awesome. I really, really liked the Wedding People. I think it's because I had zero expectations. And I went into it and I loved it. I really loved it. I think I also related to the character a lot, so that helps, right? It always helps when you can relate. Why I can't get into YA anymore, it doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just having a hard time relating to the character, right? But I really related to the character in the Wedding People. It was quite enjoyable. I liked it. Ren says, hey, Molly. And by the way, it's the specific things that happened to her have not happened to me, but the time of life she was in was very relatable. So it's funny how that will work as well. Ren says, hey, Molly. And Molly says, I've been up all night. We'll try to stay up, but given the fact that I am relocating to bedroom, I don't have high hopes, and neither should you. Well, yeah, if you stayed up all night, now sleeping time, right? Makes sense to me. I was bad about watching The Boys yesterday instead of finishing this book. I just finished because that's what I should have done last night. But I did go to bed on time. See, I'm getting better at that. I have no idea what's going to happen on the cruise. I have no idea. Time is not going to be a thing. Nope. Time will not exist. Molly says, thank you, but I just called the doctor's office to reschedule my appointment today, and I got an AI assistant, which is fine as long as they speak English. So now I'm really pissed, so I'll be awake. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's not a good reason to be awake. Yeah, that's not the way we want to wake up.
Nope.
No. Allie, I got to page 46 in Rainbow Valley and got most of my morning routine done. Yay. Ren made it to 80%. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You've been reading that book for a while. It's time for it to go. Swank says, hi, Molly. Sorry you feel poorly. Feel better soon. And Molly says, what language did Alicia just speak? Was that when you were talking about the A5s and stuff? You know that language, Molly. That's your language. Swank says, I got 4 pages of morning pages done. Nice. Swank said, was it Klingon? No, wait, you want to hear Klingon? Hold on. Zafo can do Klingon. Come here. Come show off. Come show how cool you are. Super cool. Go ahead. Do your Klingon.
Wow.
Right? That's basically cheers in Klingon. Except it means something like may your blood boil. I don't know why, but that's what it means.
Don't piss off Zafo. He'll use that on you.
Yeah, no, that's when Klingons are happy. That's what they sound like.
Happy?
So yeah, we have a thing in our group where we like to do different cheers. So we all do a cheer in a different language, different country, different culture. And so we were running out of them.
Wow.
Like it's fun. One of our friends is he's a first generation Vietnamese, so first generation American, right? His family, his mom and dad are Vietnamese, and his so he taught us in there's a long one, just like in all of them, right? There's a long cheer, but usually you just shorten it, right? And so for the Vietnamese one, it's just yo, and I'm like, I can remember that one,
right?
I use that one all the time. And then and we were running out, right? So Safe was like, I'm gonna learn the Klingon one, and he did. And then he learned the one that was online, like the old one. And then they did a different Klingon cheer with the new show. And we were like, dude, that's not what you say. He's like, this one's different. Like, so they have more than one cheer, just like we do, right? So,
right.
Oh yeah, and the Hawaiian one, yeah, Okale. I can. Oh, is it with an N? Okay, the Okale Maluna. We did the Hawaiian one when we were at the Tiki Bar.
What?
And we have a friend who lives in Hawaii. And so we Discorded him. We're like, how do you say cheers in Hawaiian? Like, how do you? So that was it. I can never remember it. Zafo's much better at remembering it. So yeah, so we do as many as possible. Sometimes we have you have to keep going. And
Oh my gosh.
when we were younger and would drink more. I'm sorry. Yeah, and the first one to fail buys the next round. So we were learning as many as we could. I'll tell you, it's harder to remember them when you're drunk. So after the first few rounds, you're like,
Let's not.
I mean, what can I say? Lindsay says the prompts have come out for the Goober Reading Challenge in May. I saw that. Trying to fit it in with the rest of my Here Kid books as I can't fit more reads in. I know. It's like, oh, I want to do that. So maybe I'll do it next year because I have Kooky Mayhem, right? But Kooky Mayhem is really free, right? You can put any of your Kindle books on. And even this year, they're like, even read your physical. So basically, it's just a time for 24-hour sprints and we're all going to have fun. But so that one is really easy to squeeze in whatever dank book you want. It's why it's my favorite readathon because it's really just about reading together whatever the heck you want to read.
Right.
There's no prompts unless you want them, right? Like Nicole does a bingo card, and so she has stuff if you want to use it, but you don't have to. You can just read anything on your Kindle, either KU or Kindle or whatever your e-reader is, any of it. And so it's my favorite, and we get to hang out with friends, and there's always a sprint on, and it's just, I love that one. And so that would be easy to do the Goober thing, but because I'm trying to finish Here Kid, I already have exactly what I have to read all the way through July. I have it all listed in here. And so I have no flexibility. So I saved a lot of the ebooks for May, right? Mm-hmm. And then a lot of the LGBTQIA plus for June. But I have a very strict, like, I'm not even worried about what I'm going to read next. I know exactly what I'm reading next. Like, it's programmed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I want to do that Goober thing. Looks so fun, but I can't. So maybe next year.
Here's my color palettes.
Ooh.
So this one is like sorbet colors. And then we have the portrait colors, so like skin tones and things. And then we have grayscale.
Yeah, I don't like grayscale. Boring.
I know. And then this one is like a very berry.
I like that one. Yeah.
This one is cottage.
Nice.
And these are galaxy.
Oh, very cool. There should be some darker blues in galaxy. Not just one.
I know.
Not so many pinks and yellows.
I don't know why they added pinks and yellows, but
I mean, some yellows maybe, but
I could probably take the blue from cottage and use it.
Yeah, I use that too. Yeah, I agree. Awesome. All right, where were we? Prompts. Molly, I was listening to His Majesty's Dragon. Oh, I bought that book. I love Naomi Novik. She is one of my top tier authors. I just adore her. We'll be shifting to 1234. I declare a thumb war because it is eyeball. There you go. Swank says they are both pretty, Alicia. Both Thank journals, you. Yeah. Molly says, I think so, Swank. And you got this, Lindsay. Jen says, I had a meeting and got to 2% in the wedding people. Nice. You're still the sad part of the wedding people. Don't worry, it gets better. Ren, someone get Alicia a fun book, ASAP. That's right. Something besides Pride and Prejudice. You gotta finish Heroes Kill Everyone. Just get it done.
Yes. My next reads after the section for Pride and Prejudice is Heroes Kill Everyone. And
actually, no, skip all of that. You need to read Wildmane because the discussion's in 2 weeks.
I could read Heroes Kill Everyone and Wildmane.
Ooh.
So I'll do that. So I basically have Heroes Kill Everyone, Wildmane, and I was going to read Lore Olympus Volume 9. And then gotcha. I think that gives me the halfway through for my April TBR.
Nice.
I think.
And Lindsay says, puppy is Riley. Oh, that is a great name. Aww. I love that name for a puppy. Checked, and she is 10 months old. Oh, so she's like the same age as Cora. Because Cora's July. Cora's 9 months. So close. Pretty much the same age. They would play and have so much fun. And they would tear up your house, so put them outside. It's a problem with the big dogs playing. Ren says, Alicia, have you read Shield of Sparrows? Maybe you can read Rights of the Starling since it just came out.
I have not. It's on my list.
Swank says, I have 7 more days of the P&P audio book from the library. You're just going to have to get ahead then, man. You're going to have to finish it. Allie says, I'm so sorry, Molly. And Molly says, Alicia made me buy clearance Peeps.
I did no such thing. I do not take full responsibility for any of it.
Which flavor did you get, Molly? Which flavor? Ren says, where's the cruise going, Kelly? 2 stops in Mexico. I don't remember where exactly because I've been so worried about the stuff I have to do. Like today, I have to read the synopses again for all the people I'm editing because I've read them all, but I need to read them again and make sure I have clear notes so that when I talk to them, I know exactly what to say. I need to refresh my memory. So, those kind of things. So I've been worrying about the things I have to do for work-wise on it. And then, like, earlier this week, I was like, shit, do I have anything to wear? So that's why I got some stuff from Target in that bag. So this bag, so that I have something that's colorful and with a big strap that I just thought was cruise worthy. And so, that kind of thing. So I worried about that this week. And now we're packing. So yeah, the last thing I have to do is make sure that I'm prepped. So that's all I've been doing. So I don't remember where it's going. We're not doing any excursions. All of that costs extra money. We're not doing it. We will probably on the port days get off just to, walk around the little markets in town. But that's it. So back to the ship.
There you go.
And Ren, so that have to be after the cheer. Ren was like, Zafo's bringing up the blood pressure. I'm telling you, it's effective. Jean says, good morning, Kelly and Alicia. Going to do my steps. Good morning, Jean. Good to see you. I hope you feel better today. Get those steps in. And Jean plans to do ARCs for Kooky. There will definitely be some ARCs in Kooky that I'm doing as well, but I also have a lot of ebooks to read. Jean says, I'm 82% of I Didn't Do It. Still loving it. Can't wait to finish it. Oh, that's awesome. And Vanessa joined us. Good morning, Vanessa. Morning, Pirates. Arr! Lindsay says, I did Goober last year, so I want to do it again. The prompts are broad, like read a borrowed book. That's true, so I might be able to do it, huh? I'll look. I will look. Like, I watched it, and I was like, it seems fun and not that complicated. Though you have to read a lot of books to get the points.
Mm.
And I'm going to have a lot of, because I've been doing other stuff this month, I have a lot of editing to catch up on next month. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have for, reading for fun. But I think I'll do what you're doing, Lindsay. I will look at the prompts again and compare them to what I have to read. Now I have the hiccups. Not even drinking. Just talking about drinking. It's giving me the hiccups. I'll look in the in my what I have to read and see if how many prompts I can get done. Because it does look like a lot of fun. Molly says hi to Vanessa. Swank says, yo, Vanessa. Vanessa says, hey, Molly, Swank, how are y'all? And Molly says, same, Jean. Jean says hello to everyone. And Swank says, Ote. And hey, Vanessa says, hey, Jean. And Molly says, catch, Alicia. She caught it. She caught it. Remember when you the book slipped?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Ren says, I've only read the Schoolomance trilogy by Naomi Novik. Yeah, I'm on book 2 on that one. So I loved that one. But I loved Spinning Silver and shit.
That's an interesting title for a book.
Why can't I remember the other one when I even Uprooted? I loved Uprooted. I kept Uprooted because I'll read that one again. Spinning Silver I liked, but it had too many first-person POVs, and that's just confusing. So I still loved it, but not enough to read it again. But Uprooted, I'm reading again, guaranteed. And so I have Her Majesty's Dragon, but I have not read that one yet. And then I read the first one and the Scholomance one. So I need to read the second and the third. But my gosh, I just love, she writes exactly the way I want to read. And Ren says, yeah, I need to get her backlist. Temeraire, that's the Her Majesty's Dragon one. I can't see the word, sorry. It's definitely up there for me. Yeah, I need to read it so bad. And Jean says, I hate this rainy season. I sent Paula Peeps. Oh, did you? That's awesome. Which flavor or just the regular? Molly says, thank you, Allie. And Ren says, Her Majesty's Dragons is called Temeraire. Yep, not sure why. I don't know. I think it's the world or something because that's the series is called that. That's the series name. Jean says the bag is good. It catches your eye. right? So I think it'll work for a cruise. I think that's perfect for a cruise. And it's got a zipper in it so I can put the money zipped up, right? So no one can stick their hand in there. And Molly says Dr. Pepper and strawberry Pop Tarts and cotton candy. Aw. When I went and I got my one little egg, they didn't have any of the flavored Peeps. So I was like, nah. Molly says, when are you leaving, Kelly? We're leaving Sunday. So we're doing pack up today and emergency washing and going to the grocery store. And then Saturday, we're making sure we didn't forget anything at all. And then I'm doing any last minute cleaning and prep with the leaving the puppy and all that kind of stuff for Saturday. And then we leave Sunday. So Ren says, I think I'll be mood reading the whole of Cookie. I mean, that's the fun about Cookie. You can, right? That's kind of fun. You can just mood read. Just pick up whatever next Kindle you want to read. It really is my favorite. It is my favorite through the whole year. Vanessa says, I vegged out all day yesterday. Oh, good, because it sounded like you needed it. So, we need breaks sometimes too. So I have a ton to do today. I'm going to start with bill paying. Whee! You got this. You got this. At least that's an easy one, right? There's no decision making. Like, what has to be done. You just got to get in, log in, pay it, send the check, whatever it is. Sway says, may I do zombie-a-thon with Kat? Oh, that sounds fun. Vanessa says, I'm feeling the need to re-watch Peaky Blinders. Yes, random statement. No, I mean, when you need, you need. Tamir is the dragon's name. So that long T is the dragon's name because the Timur Air or whatever it is. And Molly says, the more random, the better. Yes, when it comes to TV, I'm definitely random about that because I don't watch enough. That's why I just started watching The Boys yesterday. All right. I think we're good. Here we go. Second sprint. Hello, hello, hello. That is our second sprint. I left a review for the book and then went down a rabbit hole trying to figure out I cannot leave a review on Barnes & Noble. The little leave a review will not pop up for me. And so they said it might be that my browser is like blocking it, but I've done it on Safari and Chrome and it won't come up. So, and I don't see why an ad blocker should stop it. If so, they programmed it wrong. It's not an ad. Do you see what I mean?
Right.
And anyways, I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. And I think Zafo has like certain ads. There's a thing of ads that he has blocked on the server so it's before it even gets to me. So I can't do anything about it. So I tried on my phone, still not working. The write a review does not pop up. So I'm like, look, man, I'm trying to leave it on Goodreads. It's not happening. So
Rude.
plus, it seems like the book, since when I got the ARC, the Barnes, it's got different titles on Goodreads. So I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused. But it is what it is. Like, it was a standalone and now it's a series, things like that. So I guess I have to change it to just started on my tracker. I was not trying to start another series, just for the record. It was not my intention.
You're like, I don't have time for it.
And I don't know how that's going to work because the romance and the mystery were so intertwined. They were both, like, there wasn't one was the side and one was the main. No, they were like both, they were both the plot.
Right.
They were integral to each other. So, well, the romance, it's happy ever after. So what are you going to do with the next book? Do you see what I mean? Is going to be a different couple solving a mystery? That's weird for a mystery series, right? So I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know. Awesome. How'd you do, Alicia?
I went through so many sticker books that because we have this one that is Ice and Snow. So I'm thinking that's December.
Mm-hmm.
We have Reading Time. So
that could go in all of them. Yeah.
That could go in anywhere. Mm-hmm. We also have Coffee Shop.
Oh, I like that one.
We have Midnight Party.
And you don't mess around when you buy stickers, do you? I usually just buy like a sheet.
No. I have The Secrets of Wizards.
Oh, that's cool.
We have The Forest of Tomb.
Ooh.
Which is like Tomb Raider-esque.
That's cool.
We have Ancient Egypt.
So
and I bought this one. These are just labels. I don't think I'm going to use these, but because they're more food-based. But all the other ones, I was trying to match color swatches too. And most of them are a lot of greens and beige. Except for like the Ice and Snow. That's blue. And I'm like, well.
Just add color. Add color. Those, because a lot of those stickers were pretty neutral, right? So just add a color. Say, I'm going to use red for this one. Like, I'm going to use. Do you see what I mean? So well, you could take a highlight color. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, once I lay out all these colors, can I add something or will this work? So that's what I did the entire sprint.
Let's see.
Should I have? Probably not.
Let's see how chat did. We were talking about titles. Titles? And Ren says Tamir is the dragon's name and the name of book 1 for a UK cover. Oh, interesting. So it's not called Her Majesty's Dragon. Maybe there was something weird about putting Her Majesty on the cover or something for Britain. I don't know. Vanessa says, I wholeheartedly recommend Peaky Blinders. It's so good. Also, Cillian Murphy is fucking amazing. I do enjoy that actor, I have to say. It's the only reason I was even tempted. But sometimes those period pieces just aren't for me, so I don't know. And Ren says, kind of like how People We Meet on Vacation is You and Me on Vacation for the UK cover, right? Yeah, it's weird how the ones that they change, the ones they don't. Some of them make sense, and some are like, why? Ren says, right? And also, Tem is the anime of the series. I'm assuming it's just a publishing thing. It's also the name of the series. Yeah. that one's true in America too, like in the US printing, I guess, that it is that is the name of the series. And Jean says, I sent Paula Peeps that were Christmas snowmen. I don't think they have flavor. Anyone know if they have a flavor? Jean says, we don't get many Peeps here. And I am more a savory person than sweet. Yeah, Peeps are they were even too sweet for me when I was young. Peeps were never my thing. And Vanessa says, sugar. It's sugar flavored. Vanessa loves them. So there you go. And Vanessa's still working on bills. Whee! And
Now
Ren
I
says,
want a Peep.
Brent says, just chatted in Jen sprint. Awesome. I figure she'll still be sprinting when I'm done, so I will run over there then. And Mel says, good morning, Kelly Kel. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Mel Melly. How are you? And also, good morning, friends in the chat. And Ren says, also today I was supposed to send our courier packages, but the courier guy didn't show up. Granted, there's like 30 minutes left until they end services, but like I've been hung up on having to do this, right? You're like, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm waiting for you. Yeah, all
Get
day,
with the program, please.
I'm so sorry. It is frustrating when you can't do your thing because you're waiting for someone else, right, Vanessa? La la la. By the way, she was waiting for me, not the other way around. Vanessa Kelly, if you open your browser in an incognito or private window, you can see if it pops up there. Sometimes the extensions we use in the browser messes up websites. I can try, but if I'm in incognito, because I had to sign in. If I'm in incognito, can I sign in to Barnes & Noble? Because you do have to sign in order to leave a review. Jean says, wow, so many stickers. I don't think I've owned that many, and I had a sticker collection as a kid. I know, right?
That is the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, like I said, I never buy the sets, right? I usually just buy sheets of what I want. So that's I don't know. It would drive me crazy to have all the stickers I hadn't used. I would start to shake. I'm like, I must use these.
That is that's tip of the iceberg.
And Jean says, good morning, Mel. How are the kiddos? Mel says, hey, Jean. Vanessa says, morning, Mel. Mel says, they're doing good. Currently on my toes as they're waiting for their mac and cheese. Well, yeah. They're like, Mom,
mac
and
cheese.
I'm hungry. Mom, is it done yet? Mom? Mel says, hey, Vanessa, how are you feeling today, love? And Allie says, I got to page 48 in Rainbow Valley. Nicely done. Slow and steady wins the race. Swank says, Peeps are for blowing up in the microwave. I'm not cleaning that mess up. I'm not doing it.
Why?
Nope. I had too much to clean up already. You could tell I'm a mom, and I'm at the age where I'm like, no, I cannot clean one more thing. Mel says, trying to get coffee in my system ASAP. I had a late night and early morning and haven't had a chance to make a cup yet. Literally running on fumes. Get that coffee done. Mac and cheese done. Kids sitting down. Coffee. Jean says, only Brand at Paula's house. Oh, only Bram at Paula's house, like the Peeps, her stepson. Oh, there you go. There you go. Ellie says, I just had to adult and pay my psychiatry bill, even though they have rescheduled me twice. Yeah, that would be frustrating.
I'd be like, y'all need to stop rescheduling me, or I'm not paying for shit.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay unless you're paying for the appointment you're about to go to.
Yes.
Mel laughs, and you said that very enthusiastically, Zwink. Vanessa says, yep, you can sign in when incognito mode. Okay, cool. Incognito just means none of your extensions work and all of your cookies and stuff are deleted when you close the window. So yes, you'll have to log in again. Okay, cool. I will try that then, because it's been very frustrating because I'm trying to, they give me these arcs and I leave it on Goodreads. So that's not enough, right? And Amazon and I can leave it on Amazon now, so I'll go do that too. But I like to, like when Jean was talking about the other day, like it's hard to remember when I have an arc, if the book isn't out yet, which is the intention, right? Then I can't leave it on Amazon. So Goodreads is the only place I can leave it. But this book came out Tuesday. So I'm like, oh, I can leave it in all the places. And yeah. Vanessa says, Mel, I vegged out all day yesterday, so I'm behind. But okay, otherwise, how are you doing? Jean says, I had to approve the microwave comment. What?
Really? The bot likes Peeps. It doesn't want harm to the Peeps. You must not harm the peeps.
That's so funny. Ren says, "Hey Mel," and Swank says, "It's fun and smells good." Well, it probably would smell good, but I'd rather do a candle and not clean up my microwave.
I mean, toasted marshmallow, anyone? That's one way to do it.
I mean, sometimes we did used to do that with because we have a gas stove.
Right.
So it'd be like, I want s'mores. All right, we'd stick them on a skewer and just put them over the gas stove to roast them. And then there you go, s'more.
Ta-da!
It works like magic. Awesome. All right, well, let us get to our last sprint. We were ahead and now we're on time again. So at least we're not behind.
I can't find this marker.
Right. Tomb Raider sends hearts to Ren, and Jean says, "Killing myself laughing at Alicia's peeps comment." Mel says, "Besides being exhausted, I'm doing pretty good, Vanessa." Vanessa says, "Toasting peeps is awesome too. Peep s'mores are best s'mores." That actually might work as long as they stay crunchy on the outside, right?
Maybe.
Swank says, "It just gets really big and deflates." Oh, okay. It doesn't explode, I guess. Okay, cool. And Vanessa says, "Mel, I feel that. So glad you're well otherwise." All right, here we go. Last sprint. Hopefully I can get all of these reviews done. Here we go. And there was our last sprint for the day and for the week. And I finished all of my things, and the incognito mode did not work. So I think it might be something, like I said, that Zafo has on the server side. So even incognito mode, they have to go through the server, and he has some things blocked at the server level. So whatever he has going on there, I think that is the problem. And I got to page 55 in a novel love story. And I have to say, the romance was moving very fast at the beginning, and I was like, what's going to be talked about in this book? And now we've gone backwards, like there's a flashback, right? Yeah, so not multiple timelines, but there's a flashback, and I was like, oh, I see. Okay, we're going to get more history here. All right, that's how. I was like, there's no way this book is this long when it's moving along so quickly at the beginning. So excellent. How'd you do, Alicia?
I finished my color palettes.
Yay!
So I don't know how I feel about some of them. I feel like a lot of them have the same colors.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to go through the sticker books and see. Like ancient Egypt, I'm pretty sure I can work with those colors. I might have to narrow down the rest of them because I only want 2 to 3 colors for each.
Mm.
So I'll have to see.
I'll try to make that a goal, is to go find that scrapbook that I've got in there that I kept, so I can show you, because I was not afraid of color. There's so much color in those pages.
Yeah.
I love color. Color makes me happy.
Just trying to use what I have, like, because like Midnight Party, it's like stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of like skeletal figures too.
So you use a lot more greens.
Yeah, I have a green on there. So maybe I need to add another shade of green. Because that would be this one.
I mean, I wouldn't plan too much. I would be like, this is my guideline, and then as you start to create, you might just be inspired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see, Jean. I read that one. And Mel says, besides being exhausted, I'm doing pretty good, Vanessa. Yeah, exhausted. I get that, Mel. I think we all get that. Vanessa says, toasting Peeps is awesome too. Peep s'mores are best s'mores. Very cool. Swank says, it just gets really big and then deflates. Yeah, we read that one. And Vanessa says, I feel that. So glad you're well otherwise. To Mel. Yeah, we definitely feel that. Swank says, Vanessa says, the sugar crystallizes on the outside. So good. Okay, so it does crystallize when you toast it. So I might be willing to try that. And Swank says, Vanessa, I agree. Vanessa says, bills are done. Hubby is almost home from the groceries, so I might miss the chatty bit. Thanks so much for sprints. The Writers Troupe has Zoom co-working at 1 p.m. Eastern today. Excellent, excellent. I hope you have great productive times. And Swank says, I'm about to start chapter 27 in Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, it's what I should be reading, but I'm not. If I get this done, then I will do that. And Ren says, made it to 86%. Oh, so close, so close. Ren says, thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Molly says, I slept 4 winks. I mean, that's a few, but you're supposed to get 20, right? So you got some catching up to do.
Got 1/4 of what she's supposed to have.
That's right, right. Well, 1/5. Mel says, the math stopped me for a minute. I was like, wait. Mel says, coffee has been consumed and children are full of mac and cheese. Success! Yes, that was a good sprint right there. Definitely successful sprint. Angie says, thanks for the sprints. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And Mel says, thanks for the sprints, ladies. Absolutely. We're so glad to see you in the mornings. And let's see, what do we have this weekend? Are you streaming Sunday, Vanessa? Alicia?
I don't know about Vanessa, but I am, yes.
So if you want to pop your link in here for the Sunday sprints, I will be getting on a ship at that time, so I will not be here. And that's also why I will not be here at all next week. So remember, the Morning Time Pirates are going to be on Alicia's channel next week. Same time, just a different channel. And I will be back on the 20th, I think is the day. Do I have that right in my head? I do. So I will be back on the 20th. They'll be back. But the 13th through the 17th, the Morning Time Pirates will be on Alicia's channel. So make sure you tune in over there. Let's see. Molly says, I want to be full of mac and cheese, right? I'm starting to think that sounds pretty good.
I'm still focused on I want peeps.
You want peeps?
We still have a couple of peeps left, so I'm not going to eat some.
Gotcha. We don't have any candy. I do have a leftover brownie. Maybe I can eat that. I don't really want it though. And Alicia said, or put in her sprints for Sunday. And Zwig says, thanks for sprints, Kelly. Have a great cruise. And Alicia, see you Sunday. And Molly says, I hope you have a ton of fun, Kel. I mean, I will try. I'm not exactly the fun train. I'm not good at the fun part. For me, fun is sitting by the pool and reading a book and not talking to anyone, right? So my fun is not exactly the same definition as everyone else is. So we'll see. I will be professional and do my job. That's what I'm going to be this week. And socialize as much as I can possibly tolerate. Which means when I get back on Monday, because we get back Saturday, and Sunday I have book club, so that's more socializing. So by Monday I get back a morning Spencer, I'll probably be like this. I know talkie sprint. So that's where we'll be. But thank you, everyone, and we will see you soon. In a week for me and in a few days for Alicia. Thank you, everyone.